Okay, we're live.
We're live! Hurrah, it worked. Thank goodness for that.
Hoorah, hoorah, hoorah.
Am I sounding very British there? Hurrah, the Scots are going to take over the whole of the United Kingdom, and it shall be jolly good fun. So, who's all here for this?
So Scarlet is here, yay!
Hello, Scarlett. Can't hear you. Can't hear you. Turn your microphone on or something. And a Dave? I don't know who Dave is. Which Dave do we have?
There we go.
Scarlet said hi.
I think I heard Dave.
Yeah, Dave said hello twice.
Hello for a third time.
I've sent the link to Rick, but I see that he didn't reply yet. Is anybody else joining?
Maybe Rohan will? No, he won't yet. Okay.
Valerie? Harold?
I think Valerie and
Philip?
Philip Yoko are on IRC.
Yeah, Rohan, I don't know where you are. You're the first one here. Hello, Rick.
Hey, hi.
I have an issue. I can't watch IRC at the same time with talking to you guys. I can't concentrate on both.
Okay, so shall we actually get started?
Yep.
The topic is to move to-do items and discuss to-do items for Kubuntu 15.10, which launched in October. So in IRC, I posted the link for the Trello to-do boards, and there's one board for 15.04, and there's one board for 15.10. Does everybody have those boards?
Yep.
I'm just going to check.
Same here.
Also scream if you don't have access.
Right, yeah. I'm still running way too old version, 1404.
14.04, old school, man, old school. Having said that, it's good that we obviously people use the long-term support for good reasons, and we need people to test it out, make sure it keeps working.
Yeah, I'll be upgrading to 1504 soon.
Go Plasma 5.
I don't think I've got the 1504 board, so I'm on 1510, but I'm not on 1504.
So open the other link as well in another tab.
Can you guys hear me, by the way?
Hey!
Hello. Roland.
Hello.
Hello. How are you guys?
All right. Okay,
It's hot in Romania.
Got it. Thank you, Jonathan.
Oh, by the way, let me brag about my T-shirt. Yay! I forgot to show it in the Plasma demonstration.
Ooh,
looking good. Looking good.
I didn't realize Jonathan new T-shirts in the office. There's a orange T-shirt that I see right behind him. Huh? You tape that to the wall. You tape that to the wall.
Bit of decoration. Decoration makes the place a bit more cheery.
WXL says that they also use LTS there. Oliver says hi. Oliver Lordy Vader.
Really? Oh yes, so here it is. He waves. That's good. So 1504. Looking at the 1504 board, we should start with the doing column. The first item is apps 1504, which I've done, so I can move that to done. And in the review column, we have Plasma 5.3 beta, which we've done long since. So yay!
Yeah, that's done. It's also shipped and released. Rohan, turn off your video. Yeah, you did. You did. Okay. So if the bandwidth is bad.
So 1504 board in the review column is get Blue Devil Blue Z5 support released.
Did that happen?
Well, 6 months ago, the question was getting on the KDE side, getting Blue Devil released, and yay, that happened because it got moved into Plasma. So well done, the Plasma release manager, and it got a new maintainer, who's doing a wonderful job. But the blockage then turned into Ubuntu because Ubuntu Touch only worked with Blue Z4, so no, that didn't happen. So I would need to move that to the 15.10 board. And that appears on 15.10 board. Excellent. Trello works well. Okay, so looking at the 1504 to-do list, we can go down this list and see which ones we need to move or which ones are obsolete. Update, scrap, wiki, links, wiki page. Has anybody looked at that? And is it worth keeping? I think most of those.
Okay.
Is this part of documentation?
No, because they're developer links. And most of those links are on the Kubuntu QA website. So
Duplication?
The page should just be scrapped, and that's a trivial item, and I'll move it to 1510, and hopefully somebody will do that. Port Muon Discover featured apps to Framework 5. Aaron was.
Can you give us more details about that?
Aaron, you looked at it.
Huh?
There's the to-do item, which is port Muon Discover featured apps. So that's a big banner when you open Muon Discover, big banner that says here's a interesting app, and you briefly looked at that. But did you get
Yeah,
anywhere?
I started doing it, but I had to reinstall, so I lost what progress. But I'm up to redoing it and start over on it.
Excellent. So I'll move it to 1510. Shall I assign it to you?
Yeah, both of us, because I'm going to need help figuring out the file system and the files and everything. Or anyone who will help me.
I still don't understand that task, but okay.
The task is when you open Muon Discover, it has a banner at the top, and that banner currently it just says Welcome to Muon Discover, but it should also say look at Digicam and install Digicam, or look at Kden Live and install that. So it should have pretty pictures there that say features.
It also has the join the game banner.
Yeah.
So looking at 1504 to-do column, there is strip software property widgets without translation. That was waiting on a patch being merged for a long time, and that got merged, and so now it needs to check that it actually gets done, that the translations actually get extracted. So that should be fairly easy, and I've moved that to 1510. Review Kubuntu settings for Plasma 5. Check what settings are still relevant, and should any of them be dropped. I suspect they should all be dropped, because this hasn't been done, and nobody has well, nobody's missed it.
There's no list of settings. What settings are you referring here?
We have the package Kubuntu settings, and that has a load of different settings which change what KDE software does by default. So this is a bad thing to have. Usually we don't like to change what KDE does by default. So if it can be dropped, then that's a good thing.
I would change one thing what KDE does by default. In Dolphin, when you open it, by default you have all those menus. Today, yesterday, this week, this month, pictures, videos. I find them useless. Or they could be used, but most users that will just confuse them. And also bring back the shortcut to desktop on the places, like it was in Plasma 4. Those are things that I would change in Dolphin by default.
Tell upstream, get them fixed upstream.
Okay, I'll give it a try.
So I moved that to 1510. Get printer auto detection working. So yes, I would like to get printer auto detection working. This is a bit of code that is currently
We should
GTK
put
only.
priority on this. This should be something that should be fixed by the next release. This is a problem. In Ubuntu, this works seamless. You can add any printer, no problem. But in Kubuntu, this is a huge issue. Plus, some drivers are missing.
Yeah. So sadly, very few people care about printing because very few of the people who develop KDE and Kubuntu use printing. I'm one of the few who occasionally does, but I haven't managed to get around to that one yet. So any help welcome, of course.
Yeah, I would imagine that being more likely to exist in server environments. Or am I just not making sense anymore?
I missed that one, Dave. Can you repeat?
Oh. I said I would imagine that being more relevant in a server environment where you would, where you might have a couple printers hooked up to it.
It's relevant to desktop users because I have a printer here and I want to plug it in by USB, and I expect it to just work, and on Ubuntu it does, and it's just a bit of code that's missing.
Not only USB, also network.
Or whatever. Yeah.
I have 3 printers at work, and in Ubuntu I can find all 3 and work with them, and in Kubuntu I can only find 1, and barely. So this is with the current release.
All right.
Orca support.
That's for yes, that is accessibility. Frederick has done a lot of work in Qt and in KDE to make sure accessibility is possible, and we should make sure that it works easily in Kubuntu.
We should test it out first. Has it been tested?
Yes, I've tested it, and it works if you install the right bits and if you twiddle the right settings. And
all the right settings can be in by default?
And those should be in by default. And if you look on if you boot an image, an install image, a live image, on the system boot screen, you can press F2 to select the language, and you can press F4 to select accessibility. And that has not worked since we introduced KDE 4, so that all needs updating.
That also includes an on-screen keyboard?
Yep. The good news is I have a GSOC student who is going to work on at least the auto-installing part, so that currently there's a setting in system settings that you can turn on Orca, but it won't work if Orca is not installed. So he's going to work at least on the install it when you turn it on, and hopefully I can convince him to work on completing the whole thing.
What's the status of Google Summer of Code? Is the registration over?
Yeah, the projects have all been allocated.
Okay. Next year I'll try to talk more with my local universities and get them involved in this. But
with universities, my opinion is that every student in their final year at university, they do a project, and most of those projects get thrown away at the end of the year. Those projects should be all KDE focused projects, or open source of some sort.
yeah, that's part of what I meant. Also on Summer of Code to help to promote KDE in my local university so that people can work and improve the software and also gain some skills and have a mentor, and also don't get hired to work at the supermarket during the summer. Work on something that can help you with your career and the community. Nobody says here, so I said
No, I say here. Absolutely. It took me a second to unmute my mic. I absolutely agree with that. That's spot on.
I would have done this summer, but I got caught up with many things, and hopefully when I'm better with the KDE frameworks, I can also present in more detail this thing. And I hope I'll be able to get as much time as I can next year.
So the next one on 1504 board is upstream Gwen View Giphy plugin, also install support. And I have GSOC student for that. Unfortunately,
that's the plugin with all the extensions for GwenView?
Yes. Unfortunately, it doesn't actually exist now because it's not ported to Q5, and there's a whole new KDE framework being done, so that an awful lot of that needs to be rewritten. So yes, I'm not sure on the best way to approach that, but it needs looked at to see if anything can be done. So yes, I'll move that to 1510.
Oliver, I meant both. Also for the bachelor and master's degree, but also as a summer job. They can contribute on both. Sorry for the interruption. Fix Samba install on Dolphin file share setup.
Yep, if you use Dolphin and you right click on a file and click properties,
and then share.
There's a share, yeah, properties, and then share, and there's an install button, Samba, and that doesn't work. So that should be.
Let me try that right now. So go to share, install Samba, could not be installed.
I have a summer code student allocated to it.
Awesome. Can we make a label for GSOC tasks?
Yeah, go ahead. You can edit it.
Oh, have you moved this?
Yes, I've moved it now.
Okay, I'll make a label for this. Labels. I'll make it green because it's Google.
Google is every color.
Yeah, I like green scenario. GwenView plugin as well. Orca support you said you have for that as well?
Yeah.
Printer, that's our job. Review settings, I thought you said we're abandoning that, or I misunderstood?
No, I think it needs to be done, or Philip Yofel said it needed to be done.
We should have a checklist or more descriptive description here. It's unclear what this card is referring to.
Please make one and fix it.
Yeah, I don't understand it. I would if I would understand it. But let's finish with 1504 first. Test package Camoso. Yeah, I'm working on that.
No, we have that. That's in Kubuntu CI. What are you working on?
Someone, I don't remember who, gave me a message to work on bug 34445.2 on the KDE Bugzilla to test some new function. The video recording in Camoso had some huge issues, and I had to test that. They were committed, but I don't think it was released. I don't know, I haven't managed to test it yet, but I want to finish that and also talk with the developer to make sure that the recording is being done live, so if the computer suffers a power failure, you don't lose your video.
Okay, but it should be in Kubuntu continuous integration.
I was about to test it here on 1504. But I couldn't because I had to prepare for this presentation, and yeah. But once I'm done with this is my next task. I'm gonna go and scream on the ButterFS channel to make sure I don't mess up my system.
Yes, it is. It's in Kubuntu continuous integration.
Can you give us a link for that?
In the IRC channel there.
Saw it. Thanks.
So I want to move this card to done. Do you feel the need for a card for your testing that you have to do?
I'll make a new one if I need that.
Yeah.
Okay, is there anything else that has a GSOC task? That's a GSOC task in the 1510 to-do list?
No, I don't think so.
So we just have 3?
Yes, that's all the same student. I saw one person doing that.
The same person doing these 3?
Yep,
Awesome.
it's because they're all auto-install tasks. That's the common theme, is that they're all tasks where you click a button and that turns on a feature, but you need to install a package to turn that on. So he's working on that.
Mm-hmm.
Self-install. Good, so that's all the items cleared out of 1504. I think the next question is there anything that needs to be added to 15.10? And look at the question.
I've added the label with urgent on the printer stuff. Even though people don't usually use printers right now, but for those people that use printers, this could be a deal breaker.
It's important to someone like me because my father still uses printing, and 1404 it works perfect.
Okay, anything else?
Does anybody have anything they want to add to 15.10 is the question. Are there any missing features in Kubuntu that need to be done?
Yeah, there's a bug in Dolphin. But there are a few problems with Dolphin that I'm experiencing. First is that, which I've mentioned before, if you open a text document from Dolphin, if you open several ones, Dolphin freezes until you close the last one you've opened. And when you close the last one, Dolphin shows an error that it couldn't open Kate in it or something like that. And I get that a lot. And also Plasma froze once when I opened Kate from the task manager. So I don't know how to replicate that, so it doesn't happen every time. And also we are missing the functionality in Dolphin to right-click and open terminal here. And that's
Upstream bug.
no, I don't think
Upstream
it's an
bug.
upstream bug. I think it's because we still ship the old Dolphin. It's not Frameworks Dolphin.
Oh, I see. Yes. Well,
Didn't that used to be when you hold the left shift and right click, you do get the option? Kind of like Windows.
Left shift and right click, nothing different. If you right click anywhere in the folder, you have actions, and then you would have there the option open terminal here, which is missing right now.
All right.
So currently, what I'm doing as an alternative to this F4, it opens the console. I type console and then the and sign. It opens the console, and I can close this session. And I have a console where I am.
Nice.
So it's a workaround, but yeah, it's not very intuitive to do this.
But that will be fixed with the next release of KDE applications, which is in August, which will be included. That will come with the Dolphin that is ported to frameworks, and that will come with the latest features in Dolphin.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a screencast with Rick sometime, maybe next week or something. I'll talk with him whenever he can and present as much as we can about Dolphin. But this time we're going to reserve about. We're gonna reserve about an hour or so for just for Dolphin.
Dolphins need love too.
So those were my 2 cents. So if nobody is going to say anything, I would also like to present something that can be very useful, especially for people new to Qt 5 and QML. I'm going.
Yeah, go on, I think.
Okay, can I do a screen share here?
Sure.
So guys, I want to show you this book, which I don't know how I found it. I found it by accident, and right now I'm reading it on my Kindle while I'm commuting. It's an awesome book that helps people get started with Qt 5 and QML. The thing about this is the Qt 5 and QML documentation is awesome. It has everything you need in it, but it's not structured for the newcomer. So for someone who doesn't understand what Qt is and how QML connects to it and all that, it's very hard to understand all this from documentation. But this book is presenting this as like a course. So you can just go through it and understand each part, how it connects to the previous. So as far as I've gotten into it, it's pretty well structured. The English expression, the way the author expresses himself is a little weird sometimes. For example, one quote, if I may, QML for the rescue. Instead of QML to the rescue. So I'm going to show you the PDF. It's available in PDF, EPUB, and Qt help format. You can see here the content. Let me make this wider. The book, you can find it easily by searching Qt 5 Cadaquis. I don't. It's Spanish. I don't know how to pronounce it. Right. Okay. And if you go to there are pictures. There's code sample. Not only QML but also some C++ code. Explanation about how are the Qt frameworks organized. I want to show some C++ code just to show that there is some. But I only see QML code. Yeah, here, C++ code. Yay! So you have code samples. You have explanation about each part. It's pretty well structured. It also shows how to use Qt Creator, but that's very short. Okay, so this is something I wanted to show you. I'm done.
That's the Catechism book, and that's by Johann Thielen. Is it?
Yeah.
That book is very good. I've only read 3 or 4 chapters. It's full of typos and bad English. So
Yeah.
So I've managed to get him to put the whole book on GitHub, and I've sent him the patches to fix all the typos in the first 3 or 4 chapters. But if you're reading more, then it's worth having a pen while you read it. So
Yeah, I'm reading it on my Kindle and writing notes for every thing that I see that's wrong, mostly in English expressions, how to express himself. Yeah, I'm writing notes, and eventually I'll give him a patch.
Yes, he would appreciate patches. He's happy for those.
People want the link to the book. Of course, of course. Ah, Yofel beat me to it. Yeah. Okay. Come on, people. Talk.
Owlman, who is a new name who I don't recognize, says that virtual keyboard he suggests, and settings module for lib input, which we have lib input, I don't entirely know what it does. It is it's a library for talking to touchpads and other things, and we have a touchpad control module. So let me ask them actually.
The new KCM touchpad that you added, is it available already in the backports?
Which one?
You just said that you added a new KCM for touchpad.
Yeah, so that's in Phasma 5.3.
Yeah, I have that.
Yeah.
I'm guessing this is it. I see it here.
Input devices, a million different configuration options.
I have to open up my mouse. The scroll isn't working properly anymore. Awesome. Wait, there was something new in 5.3 that I haven't tested out. The power management. And I really wanted to see how that works. Where is it? Here. Here. And my plasma just crashed. Yay! But it comes back all by itself. Your netbook is configured not to suspend when closing the lid while an external monitor is connected. The screenshots show the power usage graph. How do I open that one?
In K Info Center.
From system settings?
No, K Info Center is a standalone application. So you need to
You
go
can
to your
get
K menu, type in K Info Center. And that is where the about distribution module is moved to, so that's where you get that.
Do I have to install it?
No, it's not by default.
Typing in console K. K info. I misunderstood.
So that's where it starts off with the about distro, which just has your distro name and version number. And previously we put that in system settings so that people could find that trivially. Now it's in K Info Center, which is where it belongs, but as you noticed, it's a bit hidden away. People don't know about it.
Yeah, we should add a shortcut to it back in system settings. We should have a Trello card for this.
It's an upstream issue, and I think it should be in system settings as a toolbar button or something like that. It's not a system settings module, but we should find somewhere in the UI.
I've added a
So
card
if you
for
look at
system info and system settings.
Okay.
And we can. It says that this type of history is not available for this device. I have a laptop. It doesn't have the charge percentage. What? Yeah, it was selected for the last hour. Last 2
Look at
hours.
last 12
Nothing.
hours.
Last 12 hours. Yeah, I have a graph now. Yeah, I've been
That's
plugged in
weird.
for a very long time, so. Last 7 days, oh my god, it looks like fire.
Why do I have nothing for the last 2 hours?
Okay, this energy information should have some padding or margin on the right because it's hiding behind the scroll bar. What's the project that has this? Okay, is it K Info Center or something?
K Info Center.
Yeah. K Info Center. I think I could just make a commit right now about that. It's not hard to add some padding there. But yeah, but I have to test it. Okay, I'll add the card. Okay, anybody else wants to say something or show something? We still have a
I
few
want
minutes.
to link for this cycle. I want to try to link the documentation to the new website. I already have a Trello card on the documents board. Do you think I should move it to Kubuntu promotion or leave it on the docs board?
So you want to add a link to the documentation on the website?
Yeah, on the top right, one of those. Wait, up there.
Main navigation?
Yeah, the main navigation. To make it more easily discoverable.
It should be added, I agree, but I don't think that's the place where it should go. Let me take a look at the website.
The place is discoverable. Just having on the site in general would be greater help finding it.
I'm in support. I'd add that. Yeah, we have an access-free documentation, and we have a link for Kubuntu docs on the support page.
Under the support page?
Yeah, okay. The support, we have a Kubuntu docs there. Just update the link or add another one.
Yeah, I have to fix that's another topic is theming that the docs.kubuntu.org site.
It uses the old KD theme.
Yeah, Riddle, can you just throw a CSS onto that server and it'll take it, or how so?
Say again, which?
Docs.kubuntu.org.
Oh yeah, that's just a static website. So sure.
Generated.
The thing is that it's generated and using the default KD docs CSS. So like you would have to go to every file and edit it to link to a new CSS.
No. Yeah, you're right. But we can just.
We can script that we have computers to do these things.
How is this documentation generated?
It gets into the Kubuntu docs package from the wiki. There's a script to do that, and then last time I updated it, I just did it by hand. I just copied the HTML files, I think.
Can we put that in a cron job?
It was an cron job. Cron job must have been turned off, but yeah, I remember having a cron job at some point.
Okay,
so,
then
yes.
we can just change the script of how it generates the HTML pages and add and point to a different CSS file.
I'm working on this CSS past few days. It's getting there. I'm gonna try to bring up a link to the JS Riddle.
Link us.
As soon as I figure out how this works.
If you save, just copy the URL.
Yeah, oh. Okay, there that is. Okay, now I get it. Okay. Oh, that's fine. Okay, it's in the IRC. The link to the riddle. JS riddle and fiddle, and I'm throwing it into the. Yeah, I know what I'm saying. JS fiddle.
We didn't put Jonathan up there.
I know.
Okay, first problem I see, width should be dynamic.
I'm setting the width as 100% because the moving the navigation to the far left and to the far right. Or someone did for me.
Okay, I'll bookmark this and take a look on it.
Oh, you're talking about the width that's 1200 pixels?
I'm talking about the width of the whole page. It's if I have a smaller monitor, it won't fit.
Yeah, CSS is not my native language, so someone who's more experienced with it is more than welcome to help me on that.
I'll have a look on it and maybe ask my CSS guru.
There is someone who's been helping me. He's in the IRC right now.
Me. He says me. So
Yeah.
his nick is E3F.
Yes.
E3F. Okay, gotcha. Also, so he could help you with this. He's also a web developer, so.
Yeah. He's been helpful. And I changed. I only changed 2 things on the HTML that's being outputted from the docs package. Is the email address that's on the bottom is used to say the feedback to the KE docs team. It feeds back to the Kubuntu documentation team, and then the top 3, I took off the 3 links that are linking to the default KDE CSS to the CSS I'm working with. So it's whoever's going to work on the strip, if not me.
Yeah, that can be changed easily, I think. Well, it
Awesome.
should be at least.
It should be, because there's like at least 10 plus HTML files with a change by every one of them.
So Philip has brought up an important issue, which is that Kubuntu Council needs to have an election. So I will add a card for that. And that needs to be done.
So we have to vote again?
Yeah. You have to stand. Yeah, so any volunteers to organize this election, because that needs to be done quite soon. No volunteers. Okay.
I hear crickets.
Wait, with help with
E3F
what?
says he'll help.
Excellent.
Just let him know what he needs to do.
Actually, I don't think he's on the Trello board, is he?
E3App, can you send Jonathan your email address in private?
Yeah, okay, so we'll sort that out.
3 minutes left in this session.
Did you finish that discussion about the docs website?
No, I'm done. That was the only 2 things, was linking it to a website and theming the docs website.
Have you made the cards on Trello so that you remember to do anything with these docs?
Yeah, they're under 15.10 docs. I have the theming it and also adding mobile support, which I'm guessing once the HTML be moved to HTML5, it'd be easier to add docs mobile support anyway.
I'd love to take a look on how are these HTML files generated.
It's from what I understand, it's the docs are written on user base, and then a script is activated that's exporting it to the doc book for the docs Kubuntu docs package, and then the doc book there is exported to HTML files by a script.
Okay, may I ask, why do we have this documentation in 3 places?
The user base place is essential for everyone, easier to contribute to it and make changes. And then it's exported to the Kubuntu docs package to install on the system.
Okay, I understand these 2.
The docs.kubuntu.org?
Yeah, it's the same thing as the user base. So why?
I guess because I wanted to follow suit how Ubuntu has it set up as its own domain, but like you said, it could be, since we want to link it to the main new website anyway, we could probably host it on somehow on WordPress, or just link to the user base, like you said.
I don't see the use right now of having a secondary docs website when we already have this on the wiki, on the user base wiki. I don't see how is this useful to have it again. It's basically just the same information under a different theme. Is it structured differently? Is it it doesn't have more content? There's not more content in it. But I don't understand how is this useful to have this twice?
I think first when I asked to set it up, it was for discoverability, but thinking now, like you're saying, we just
Okay.
discoverability would be accomplished by linking it to from the main website. So there might not be a need for it anymore.
Michael said that there's no session after this, so we can continue as much as we need.
Awesome.
I don't think we need to continue. We can just chat in an IRC.
You might want to have said that on a private PM ether tree.
Yeah, E3 app is right. Having only one place for it is to live in. It's important for search engines.
I'm thinking we can close the session now because I think we've managed to move the items. We've managed to discuss some other stuff. Does anybody have any other topics that it's useful to discuss here, or can we just move to IRC?
Okay, we can move to IRC.
Yeah, I think we're good.
So, thank you very much everyone for coming to this one. Thank you very much, especially to Video and Aaron and Rick for the previous session, the demonstration. That was fantastic.
I'll give you the YouTube links on IRC when this is done.
Please come to Academy. Rick is silent. Why is Rick all silent? He's normally so loud.
He's also invisible.
I'm here. I was trying to shut up for a change. I'm sorry.
Great. Are you coming to Academy, Rick?
I really wanted to, but unfortunately, I can't get the time away from work to be able to do that. It's such a long period for me. So, unfortunately, not. But I am hoping to maybe come to Floss again. Not Floss again, but Floss next year. But I am certainly going to get out and meet with you guys face to face just as soon as I can.
Or we might have another Munich meeting. We've done that the last 2 Novembers, the previous 2 years, so we might have another Munich meeting. That's a weekend.
Yeah, okay. That sounds a bit more like it.
Great. Thank you very much, everybody. See you on IRC.
Bye.
Thanks a lot. See you soon.
Oh.
Bye.
Thank you.
See you all soon for Academy.